This is FYI News 13, brought to you by SSPTV and the Hazleton Standard Speaker.
For your information, we take a look at the friendly relationship between the United Way of Greater Hazleton and the Keystone Job Corps and how it benefits both groups and the community. It's the middle of the week and you're watching FYI on SSPTV. Thank you for that. I'm Ken Cara. We start our show with headlines from FYI News 13 and the Hazleton Standard Speaker. The United Way of Greater Hazleton is always looking for ways to help the community. On Wednesday, it received some help from local students. Thanks to students taking up painting at the Keystone Job Corps, the United Way has their first new sign since they moved into St. Gabriel Place in Hazleton in 1999. Over that time, the Keystone Job Corps and the United Way have teamed up on numerous occasions.
Keystone Job Corps Center is a tremendous partner of ours on an ongoing basis. Week before last, the culinary department there assisted with the cutting of the ham that we served at our community Easter dinner. In the past, they cooked turkeys for our Christmas dinner. We never make a phone call to the Keystone Job Corps looking for assistance that goes unanswered.
This was my first glimpse at the sign. I'm absolutely impressed with the work our painting students did, and I'm certainly going to use them a bit more on our campus because I have some ideas to put them to work there as well.
United Way CEO and President Pat Ward adds that due to some campaign shortfalls the past few years, the United Way of Greater Hazleton didn't want to go out and purchase a sign, and he gives the students an A+ for the project and seems like they'll be busy. In other news, a taxi cab driver was pistol whipped and robbed early this morning in Hazleton. Police responded to the area of North Fulton Court near Harmon Stadium just before 1 a.m. Police say that a black male in his late teens or early 20s approached the cab after notifying the cab company that he needed a ride. He approached the driver's side window, punched the driver in the face, pulled a gun and demanded money. The suspect was given approximately $100. He then took the driver's cell phone and struck the driver in the back of the head with the handgun before fleeing. The driver sustained minor injuries. Anyone with information is asked to contact Hazleton Police. The Butler Township supervisors, by order of the fire chief, announced that due to extreme dryness and increased brush fires, there is a burn ban in effect for all types of burning until further notice. Violators will be cited and fined. Fines are doubled during the ban. After significant rainfall, the burn ban will be lifted. Pennsylvania lawmakers are struggling once again with the topic of property tax reform. Lisa Sugart has more.
We have a new governor, but one problem that continues to plague lawmakers constantly is the question of property taxes and property tax reform. And once again, that question is at the forefront. Pleased to be joined by Mark Katcher, the managing editor of Hazleton Standard Speaker. Mark, I know in today's paper that subject is in bold print, so where do we stand right now with the lawmakers talking again about property tax reform?
Yeah, there are various proposals on the table. One, of course, is included in the state budget proposal that Governor Tom Wolf issued several weeks ago in his budget address. That included a decrease in the property tax that we all pay, of course, and that we've heard so much about. But it would be offset by an increase in the personal income tax and the state sales tax. There are some other proposals on the table at this point. I guess most notably one by Stan Saylor of York County. He's a Republican representative in Pennsylvania, and he has proposed a plan that would eliminate property taxes altogether. And again, he would do that by increasing other taxes. The measure would call for an increase in, again, the personal income tax and the state sales tax above the levels that Governor Tom Wolf has proposed.
So the question is, this has been a subject we've been hearing about for years through multiple governors, everybody talking about this. Do you think we're actually going to see some kind of action? And if we do, how difficult of a transition is it to go from property taxes to some other form?
Yeah. I think it's come to the point now where finally we're going to see some movement on this. Like you said, it's been discussed for years. Property tax reform is needed. The homeowners in Pennsylvania, especially in our school districts, are burdened with that, and it's too much of the overall tax pie, so to speak.
Well, we'll be keeping our eyes on it, and of course you can read all about it in today's Standard Speaker. Mark, while you're here, we want to tell the people that the Let the People program that will be airing here live on Monday at 7 p.m. with the candidates running for Hazleton Mayor in the upcoming primary election, we decided to increase it to 90 minutes so that we can give you more time to hear from the potential mayors for the city of Hazleton.
Right. I think it's important to get as much information out there as possible, and the best way to do that is to ask additional questions of the candidates and allow them to let the people know where they stand on those certain issues. So I think it's a positive. I'm looking forward to Monday.
Alrighty, Mark and I will be asking questions, and Sam Lassand Sr. will be moderating the program. The 4 candidates will be here, only the candidates. It will be broadcast live at 7 o'clock until 8:30 p.m. Monday, with many rebroadcasts, so you'll be able to hear more about it right here on SSPTV and also in the Hazleton Standard Speaker. Mark, I look forward to talking to you, and I look forward to Monday night.
Same here. Thank you.
All right, Mark Catcher from the Standard Speaker.
Thank you, Lisa and Mark, for that information. Well, FYI fans, you know what day it is. It's Dave Day. Standard Speaker Sports Editor Dave Seaman is in the house to talk some early season local baseball and softball, and we'll tell you what we're looking for from Penn State's football scrimmage this weekend. And after this break, Lisa will give us a preview of an upcoming PTPA play.
This is FYI News 13, brought to you by SSPTV and the Hazleton Standard Speaker.
We're back here at the Shop 2 on 11th Street, and what's the sense? We're saving you money again with tomorrow, giving you some ideas because you can walk in here and literally want to buy everything, but then I always say, where am I going to put all this stuff?
Right. And is it going to fit in with
Right.
my decor of my
Right.
home? And that's a big thing. It doesn't all have to be the same. You can mix it up. We repurpose, we talked about repainting things, but there's a lot of things, especially now that flat screen TVs are in, a lot of pieces of furniture are starting to change. This is an amazing piece. It's an entertainment center. Everyone is hanging their TVs on the wall now.
Yeah.
But this gorgeous piece of furniture can be repurposed into something, maybe for your pantry, maybe hang a little rail in there, make a little armoire out of it. You can do many things with pieces. Just because it's set for that purpose doesn't mean that's what the purpose needs to be. So this is an amazing piece in here.
Maybe store some toys on the bottom that we were talking about. Now, you talked about not everything having to match. Is that the same for color of wood?
Colors of wood can vary. I mean, a lot of people like it all the same, but I like it, the dimensions and different color, I think adds a lot to the room. As long as you keep 3 colors, you keep your base and your theme, it all works together.
Okay.
This would be great. I'm just thinking now, as kids, they tell you to keep them in the living room with their computers. This would make a really cool computer desk. Nice.
Nice.
Homework, close it up, all that
See you
mess
later,
is
bye.
gone. Yeah.
Okay. Now, we have a piece of furniture over here, and we were talking about ways to utilize different pieces of furniture differently. So talk about that.
Right, and this too was an entertainment center. But right now, everyone's, getting the flat screen TVs, hanging a picture in there and just making something else out of it, adding color to it, just changing. This actually can be changed, just by the color can change the whole tradition of the room. So, you paint that a little vintagey or just change it up, you could change that piece.
And if they need any information, you're located also on Broad Street in Hazleton.
Right, I'm going to be having some workshops on color and paint and all kinds of things. So I'm downtown, right next to the Dragonfly.
Good. Stop by, have a cup of coffee. You can go to Shop 2 and then stop by and see tomorrow. Keep it local, shop local, and also save yourself some money on What's the Sense every Wednesday here on FYI.
Time now for FYI News 13 weather.
We have an actress here from the Pennsylvania Theater of Performing Arts. She's going to sing in a bit. I put in a request for Sunrise Sunset. Love that song, but it's a little intense. So is this sunset picture we had sent in to us by a viewer. If you have a picture you would like to share, send it to us on Facebook at facebook.com/FYI News 13. Now here's our local forecast from the National Weather Service. Tonight it will be clear and cool with a low of 36. Feel like I've been saying that a lot lately. Let's go to the extended forecast on Thursday. Mostly sunny skies skies. Our high will be 61 degrees. Thursday night, we might see some showers. The low will be around 44 degrees. Friday, showers are likely, mainly before noon. We'll get up to 61 degrees. Friday night will be cloudy with a low of 49. Saturday, there's a 30% chance of showers with a high of 65. Saturday night, cloudy with a low of 43. Sunday will be sunny with a high of 61. And on Sunday night, it will be cloudy with a low of 41 degrees. Tonight's weather on FYI is brought to you by Boyer Insurance Agency with 2 locations to serve you. One location on Sugarloaf Avenue in Cunningham, the other on Broad Street in Nescopeck. You can reach them in Cunningham at 570-788-3543 and in Nescopeck at 570-752-7683.
Tomorrow evening, a wonderful production will take to the stage at the Pennsylvania Theater for the Performing Arts in Hazleton, Guys and Dolls. It will be a kids' performance. Here to tell us all about it is the director and choreographer of the show, Samantha Sugart. Yes, the name is familiar. She's my daughter. And Abby Martino, who portrays Sarah Brown in Guys and Dolls. I'm going to start with you, Abby. Give us the gist on, for people who are not familiar with Guys and Dolls, what the show is all about.
It's a show that takes place in the 1950s and about the stereotypical crapshooters and the romantic antics that happen between all the characters.
And a little later on, we're going to get a sample of you singing in it. So you portray Sarah Brown. What's Sarah like, and what will you be singing?
She's a mission doll, so she's very upright, and she doesn't do anything bad. She's not into any alcohol or anything like that. And I'll be singing If I Were a Belle, and that's when the crapshooter Sky Masterson takes her to Havana.
Okay. So many people are familiar with this story. It's a popular show for many theaters to do. Why was it such a great show for PTPA to put on?
This specific show has a wide range of characters, so we were able to do our best to showcase all of the different talents of the entire cast. There are some featured dancers. There are some parts that are more heavily singing than dancing. There are some that are very strong acting characters. So we were definitely able to hone in on all the different skills of all the characters and all the people that we actually had in the cast.
When we say it's PTPA Kids, what is the age range and how many people about in the ensemble?
They're all school-aged kids. I believe it started at age 6 and runs through age 17. And this is, you don't have to be a professional in the world of PTPA. It could be your first show. It could be your 47th show. It doesn't matter. We get everybody to work on the same level, and, they all work for the common goal of the production in the end.
Now, the show is only this weekend, so Thursday through Sunday. What are the performance times?
Yes, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday evenings, the show will be at 7 p.m., and Sunday is an afternoon matinee at 3 p.m.
And if people want tickets, how do they get them?
You can visit the website for more information, www.ptpashows.org, or you can always call our box office at 570-454-5451.
So please come out and see all these young people as they really put on an excellent performance. And right now we're going to leave you with a little sample of Abby singing for Guys and Dolls.
Ask me now that we're cozy and clinging. Well, sir, all I can say is if I were a bell, I'd be ringing. From the moment we kissed tonight, that's the way I've just got to behave. For if I were a lamp, I'd light, and if I were a banner, I'd wave.
Abby grabs the FYI mic and owns it. Great job. I got a horse right here. His name is Paul Revere. Love that song. Good show, Guys and Dolls. I was going to sing, but I can't follow that up. Pennsylvania midday winning lottery numbers. Pick 2, 4, 6, pick 3, 6, 8, 9, pick 4, 9, 2, 6, 5, and pick 5, 7, 2, 5, 4, 1. Come celebrate Dave Day next on FYI.
This is FYI News 13 Sports.
It's time for another Dave Day on the Sportscast. Always happy to have Dave Seaman, the sports editor from the Standard Speaker, with us here on FYI. Dave, it's finally starting to feel like spring. We were at a Hazelton area baseball game earlier this week in the 70s. Beautiful weather, great game. Hazelton area, though, taking their first loss to Wyoming Valley West in extra innings. After the game, David Klein hits 2 home runs in this game for the Cougars, Dave, and I asked Coach Gino Cara after about his performance, and he said, listen, Dave was struggling a little bit, but he said, we haven't really got at bats. He said, major leaguers get spring training. We just come out here and, weather permitting, we play. So Inter MMI, the Preppers, defending District 2 champions. Dave, you said they played their first game just earlier this week, and they lost their first one.
Yeah, it was against Wyoming Seminary. They had a 6-1 lead, 5-1 lead in that game, and Wyoming Seminary had a big 6-run 4th or 5th inning, and took them past the Preppers. I think the Preppers will be okay, though. To get out for your first game and lose a lead like that might be stinging a little bit, but there are a lot of baseball to play, and I'm sure the game, not only for the Preppers, but everybody else, games are going to be piling up left and right because until you make up these games, to go 3 weeks into the season before you actually play your first game, that's going to be rough, especially on the smaller schools when you don't have as much pitching as perhaps the bigger schools. So it's going to take a toll, but would you rather play a game or go to practice for your players? So that's the bottom line.
Gino was happy too after that game. He said, hey, play ball, bring on these games. And it's interesting, I was about to say maybe you shouldn't read into some of these early games if you're local fans, but some of the favorites, Dave, right now playing very good baseball and softball. Hazelton area playing good baseball and softball. Tamaqua softball team 4-0 as well. So some of the favorites coming in looking good right now.
Yeah, they are. Like you said, Tamaqua baseball, softball, Marion's baseball and softball teams are off to an outstanding start. Both of those teams are going to be favored to win their respective divisions. North Schuylkill's played well baseball this year. Of course, we mentioned Hazelton. MMI will bounce back. Both the Hazelton area teams are looking for fabulous seasons. Don't let one loss for the Hazelton area baseball team dissuade you if you're a Cougar fan. And the Hazelton area girls, these girls seem like they've been playing for 10 years right now. So they're a strong favorite to win their division, to compete again for the district title, and maybe even make some noise in states.
Before we sign off, let's talk about the blue-white game coming up this weekend for Penn State football. Dave, something interesting that might happen. I think I read on Penn Live that Coach James Franklin was talking about maybe doing a kicking competition before the game, since there's not a lot of kicking usually in the spring game. The Lions have to replace Sam Ficken, who ended his career on a high note in the Pinstripe Bowl. I will be looking out because I'm a big fan of Daniel Pasquarillo, who is from Australia. I'm trying to get the kicking job there at Penn State. What will you be looking out for this weekend?
Well, I thought maybe you would, your kicking expertise, your soccer expertise there, you might want to get involved. I just want to see, how the offensive line, the defensive line are acclimated with their graduation losses, especially on the defensive end. The offensive line was a trouble spot last year. We all know that. Penn State fans know that. Coaching staff knows that. So I'm sure they've worked very hard in the offseason and spring practice to rectify that, get that better. Skill position looks really solid. They look very solid at the receiving position. Of course, Christian Hackenberg is back. Akeel Lynch looks to be, have the foothold on the running back position. Secondary looks great on the defensive side. Linebackers, I think, are going to surprise people. They're very deep there. But again, kicking game, offensive line, get those problems squared away. I think the Lions are going to have a big year.
And usually there'll be that one player who sticks out, who maybe you won't see starting. Last year I think it was Cole Chappelli for Penn State, who has since transferred, but keep an eye out for that. And we'll be back to talk more Penn State football next week. The Tamaqua softball team is now 5-0. Dave thinks I could be a field goal kicker. Apparently never covered a Hafey soccer game. Let's check out updates on the FYI Standard Speaker scoreboard. The Cougar baseball team, they lost the non-conference game to Parkland. The Hazelton area softball team, they continue to cruise northwest. They got the best of MMI. In tennis, Hazelton area loses another close one, and MMI, they're 2-0 in the league. Lehigh Valley Iron Pigs, they won last night and they won a game this afternoon. Russ Kanzler 1 for 3 in the game this afternoon with an RBI, a run score, and a walk. In the Pigs' other game, Kanzler went 3 for 4 with 2 runs scored. Rail Riders, they played a game this afternoon and lost, and they lost last night to Rochester, so they have lost 3 straight. It's Wednesday, and here's some delicious alliteration. It's signature steak night at Bottlenecks. All of their signature steaks are only $9.95 plus bottomless soup and salad for only $2.95.
Good evening, everyone, and here's tonight's social news first. Tonight, happy anniversary to Ed and Rosalie Bednars. Love from your family and friends. In our Talk of the Town report, check out the new and improved Sisters with Breakfast by Gina and Lunch and Dinner with Bobby D's. Famous chef Bobby DeFeo trained in New York's Little Italy with a great Italian and American menu. They're located at 7083 North Locust Street in Hazleton. Dinner starts Friday, April 17th with Chef Bobby D. That's tonight's Talk of the Town. News 13 would like to send sincere condolences to the family and friends of these recently departed. William P. Cernak of Weatherly, Mass is Friday at 10 a.m. at the St. Joseph Church. Friends may call Thursday from 5 to 9 p.m. at the Philip J. Jeffries Funeral Home. Anna Mae Tulanowski of Freeland, memorial is Saturday at 10:30 a.m. in the St. Anne's Church. Friends may call Saturday from 9:45 to 10:30 a.m. Joanne A. Medvitz, formerly of Freeland, the McHugh Wilczek Funeral Home will announce complete arrangements. Joseph M. Skitney of Hazelton, funeral is April 22nd at 10 a.m. in the St. Joseph's Church. Arrangements are under the direction of the Frank J. Bonin Funeral Home. Marion D. Whitfield, formerly of Laurel, Maryland, funeral is Friday at 11 a.m. at the St. John Evangelical Lutheran Church. Friends may call Thursday from 3 to 5 and 7 to 9 p.m. at the J.J. Hartenstein Mortuary. John J. D. Casatis, formerly of Hazelton, memorial is Thursday at 11 a.m. in the Firo Funeral Home. Friends may call Thursday from 9:30 to 11 a.m. Adele Midlick of Hazelton, Mass is Thursday at 10 a.m. in the St. Gabriel's Church. Friends may call Thursday from 9 to 10 a.m. The Stanley E. Anilowski Funeral Home is assisting the family. John Thomas Fowler of Delano, funeral is Saturday at 10 a.m. in the Lamar Christ Funeral Home. Friends may call Friday from 6 to 9 p.m. Emma L. D'Angelo of Mahanoy City, funeral is Monday at 10:30 a.m. from the David D. Jarrett Funeral Home. Friends may call Sunday from 4 to 7 p.m. and Monday beginning at 9:30. Robert T. Hornack of Hazelton, arrangements will be announced by the Frank J. Bonin Funeral Home. Janet Miller of Jeansville, services will be held privately and at the convenience of their family and under the direction of the Harmon Funeral Home. And Eva I. Woodring of Weatherly, memorial will be held Saturday at 11 a.m. in the Union Cemetery. Arrangements are under the direction of the Philip J. Jeffries Funeral Home.
My name is Leanne Falabelle, and I'm the Vice President of Marketing at the Greater Hazelton Chamber of Commerce. And today I'm going to talk about our 11th annual Icebreaker Golf Outing. And this year it will be held at Edgewood in the Pines in Drums. And the date is Friday, April 24th. And we have a 11 o'clock lunch, and then we have a 12 o'clock tee-off time. And right now we're looking for chamber members to participate to golf in the event. Like I said, this is an annual event, and we do have a really good turnout for this golf tournament. It's early on in the season, so it's really your first opportunity to hit the course for the year. And a lot of businesses do take advantage of this, and a lot of business does get done on the course that day. We also have some sponsorship opportunities that are available. We call them our distinguished sponsorships, and they're $300. A twosome is included in that, and then we also provide some signage and publicity that day at the event. If you just wanted to golf, the cost is $75 per player, and as I said, that does include lunch and your round of golf. We have some prizes that we give away for the championship flights and longest drive, longest putt, and we also have some door prizes. So it's a fun day. If anybody is interested in taking part in this golf outing, if you're a chamber member and you wanted to be out for the day and just network with your fellow business members, you can do so. And you can just contact our office to register, 570-455-1509, or you can go to our website, April 24th, and click on the calendar of April 24th, and you can register there.
I got a horse ride here. His name is Paul Revere. Go see Guys and Dolls PTPA and come back. Watch FYI tomorrow. Take it easy, everyone.